Good evening. I am Krislyn Michelle, and I'm a proud member of Prep for Prep's Contingent 39 and of class of 2023 at the Packer Collegiate Institute. My journey to Prep for Prep started the summer after 4th grade, when I went to a STEM camp at a Brooklyn private school. Unlike my charter school, this institution had a huge pool where I tested a remote-controlled robot I had made from scratch over the summer. When I threw my robot into the pool, I also threw myself into new waters, metaphorically speaking. I knew I wanted to go to a similar school filled with an entire building of science equipment, tennis courts, and most importantly, these adorable bunnies. My parents said that they couldn't afford the $50K tuition, but they also said that they would find a way, and they found Prep for Prep. At 10 years old, I was accepted and got 2 bunnies as a present. It was easy to ask my parents to support my dreams. It wasn't as easy to live them out. My family and I did not know what we were getting ourselves into. In the beginning, I had problems balancing taking care of 2 bunnies and Prep's rigorous workload, like completing 40 pages of Light in a Forest, a 3D model of a cell, and an intro to algebra sheet in just 1 week, or risk getting an unprepared. I don't know how my parents dealt with me slamming the door in frustration and exhaustion from all of the work I had. Eventually, I realized I wasn't alone. At Prep, I was surrounded by people of color with similar upbringings and interests. There were other kids just like me who snuck off to the library to read, or who shared a deep love for science. Shout out to Nancy, Leah, and Sarah for our sing-alongs with Frank, our summer bus driver, after a long day, and to my family members for making me laugh myself to tears during study breaks. After getting into my top choice, Packer Collegiate, I understood why preparatory was such an academic challenge. I had already read all of my assigned books for Packer when I was in prep. I knew what Socratic seminars were, and I landed on the honors list with ease. But understanding my space and Packer's culture wasn't as easy. Every day, I would get up at 6 a.m. to make the commute from Borough Park, a neighborhood my classmates didn't know, to Brooklyn Heights. Every morning, I left a neighborhood that was dotted with Latinx and Asian faces. 8th Avenue changed from small mom and pop stores to Clinton Street shops with $12 coffees and $500 summer dresses. Things I hadn't thought about before were suddenly brought to my attention, like how Packer kids wore Lululemon leggings for PE instead of the $7 pair I got from Forever 21. Most of the time, I was the only person of color in a classroom, and by default, always the only Black girl. In response to this feeling of isolation, I founded a club called Black Girl Magic. A safe space for the school's underrepresented students. I led conversations for upper schoolers and faculty that naturally progressed into passionate dialogue about microaggressions, joy over seeing ourselves in the media, our fears, and our dreams. In my club, I didn't feel like a small part of the Packer community, but a powerful faction with a big voice. Those of us in Black Girl Magic did not need to change ourselves. Rather, we needed to feel empowered by our uniqueness. Black Girl Magic allowed us to share our culture, like when we showcased majorette dance and step. The joyful reaction to Black Girl Magic made me feel heard, supported, and appreciated. I didn't grow up in the same environment as my peers, and this wasn't a shameful weakness, but a strength. This is the beauty of a community with differences. Prep for Prep taught me to never forget where I came from and to look at the path I've already traveled as a means of motivation. Prep gave me the opportunity to rise above wealth and racial inequity in education. It completely altered the course of my life and I would like to pay it forward as a change maker and a policymaker. After all, I've already met the prerequisites, like writing a 52-page research paper on solutions to the problem of microplastic water pollution as an intern at Columbia University, and working with Titan attorneys at the law firm Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz, and this summer, I will be working at the New York Supreme Court. But for good measure, I will study public policy at Cornell University in the fall. When I first began my prep journey, I learned a prep for prep model: excellence, integrity, commitment, and courage. At 10 years old, those words didn't have meaning for me. But now, as I embark on the next step of my prep journey, I see how those values have shaped my dream to become a change maker. And yes, striving for those values can seem daunting. It is easy to be pessimistic about the future, but I believe in humanity's optimism to catalyze progress. I believe that embracing and spearheading change is to speak up for those who have been silenced in the past. I believe that to live out PrEP's motto means maintaining a deep connection to my community while embracing the differences in circles I have yet to join. There are formidable challenges ahead of us, but I believe each of us can use the wisdom of our life lessons to optimistically shape society. Thank you.